Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Bulldog Weekly. I'm Olivia.
And I'm Madeline. So Olivia, how does it feel to be on Bulldog Weekly for another season?
It feels like I should be getting a raise. In this week's episode, we have a montage of some of our recent sports events, our first installment of our science show, and a behind-the-scenes look of our homecoming skits.
But before we get into any of that, here's the week ahead from our principal, Mr. Devoll.
Hello everybody, it's the Rundown. It's Sunday, October 14th. We survived homecoming. We thrived in homecoming. We defeated Fairhaven Friday night. We had a great dance with 0 incidents, which we appreciate. It's our biggest attended dance of the year. We survived. It's the day after homecoming. It's October 14th. Monday's the 15th. It's day 7 in our cycle. A couple of sporting events. Girls soccer, 6:30. It's senior night against Case, and volleyball at 6 p.m. Against Case. So it's 2 sporting events on Monday. Tuesday, October 16th is day 8 in our cycle. Nothing much happening around campus. We could use a day to just relax. Wednesday, October 17th, day 1 in our cycle. Girls soccer 3:45 against Dighton Rehoboth. Volleyball at 6 p.m. against Dighton Rehoboth, both on campus. Thursday, October 18th, day 2 in our cycle. We have the Math Olympiad during the day. That's in the morning. Math Olympiad is a math test for our students to compete against other students around the state. 3:30 field hockey. That's a senior recognition game. 3:30 start for field hockey. Friday, October 19th, day 1, day 3, excuse me. Not a lot happening. There could be a football game at home. It's the crossover game at the end of the season. We don't know where it is yet. But it's the week after homecoming. We made it. We did it. We survived. We thrived. And I'm going to hit you right between the eyes.
Thank you, Mr. Devoll, for that informative update. Now, on to sports.
We've put together a brief montage of some of the best moments from our sports games since the start of the school year. Let's check it out. Good luck to all of our sports teams and future games. Now, let's move on to the next segment.
Bulldog Weekly has a new science show demonstrating science experiments easy enough to do at home. Let's take a look.
Hi, I'm Olivia Rose, and welcome to Bulldog Weekly's first science show. For this science experiment, we're going to be making a lava lamp. You're going to need any container that can close, oil, water, Alka-Seltzer, and food coloring. So we're going to open our canister. It doesn't have to be covered, but I recommend a covered canister because you'll get just like solution everywhere. So you're going to take about 1.5 cups of water and pour it in your canister. Now you want less water in here than oil because, it's got to float up somehow. And, you don't have to color the water, but I just think it looks more fun. And I like the color orange. So there we go. It doesn't look orange like right now, but it will. Next, we're going to pour in our oil. You want a pretty substantial difference in layer between your water and your oil. Obviously, you can really tell. Next, we're going to take our Alka-Seltzer and we're going to put it into the mixture. And here we go. Our next experiment is called the rice in a bottle experiment. You're going to need 1 plastic bottle with no lid, rice, a skewer, and a piece of paper. So the point of this experiment is that once the rice is in the bottle, we should be able to put a skewer in it and lift it up all on its own. So we're going to take the piece of paper and roll it into a cone-like shape. And pour the rice into the bottle through a new funnel. Don't forget to periodically stop and shake the rice all into place. Now, for the finishing results, we're going to see if we can lift this bottle. It worked. Our next experiment is called the floating CD experiment. We're going to need 1 CD, a bottle cap, a balloon, and hot glue. Now be warned, hot glue is hot, so you might want to try this with a parent. Our first step is to hot glue the bottle cap to the top of the CD. Now with our bottle cap firmly placed on top of our CD, we're going to poke a hole in the lid of the bottle cap. Now our next step is to blow up the balloon. Now after blowing up the balloon, you're going to want to twist it, not tie it. Now that it's twisted, we can open the bottom and attach it to the top of the CD. Well, that was the first episode of Bulldog Weekly's new science show. Stay tuned for future experiments.
Be sure to operate all science experiments safely and to clean up afterwards. Now, let's move on to our final segment.
It's finally mid-October, and you all know what that means.
Leave Erickson Day!
Homecoming is just around the corner, and what better way to see what's going down than with a behind-the-scenes look at each class's rehearsals. Let's take a look.
What's your name and what is your position in the student government?
I'm Mackenzie Wilson. A lot of people know me as Mac, and I am the freshman student council president.
What is the theme of your skit?
The theme of our skit is superheroes.
What are you doing to prepare for your skit?
We're trying to make sure everyone knows their dances, the choreography, the songs, and their lines, just to make sure everything comes together and is cohesive.
What characters will be in it?
The main characters that you think superheroes: Spider-Man, Wonder Woman, Superman, Thor, Wolverine, all those kind of big superheroes.
What hopes do you have for your class?
I hope this class kind of comes together and this skit kind of helps create a better community for our class, kind of to get to know everyone within the skit itself.
What are your names and what is your position in the government?
I'm Maeve, and I am the sophomore class president.
I am Bess, and I am the sophomore vice president.
All right, what is the theme of your skit?
This year, it was a tough choice, but ultimately the class decided on Jaws.
What are you doing to prepare for the skit?
To prepare for the skit, we will be assigning everybody a certain role, whether it be on stage or off stage, doing props, banner, costumes, or participating in the dances and acting.
What hopes do you have for your class?
We hope to live up to the expectations that we set last year and to continue to be able to effectively produce a good skit.
How will this year's skit be different from last year's?
Last year, we tended to be a little bit unorganized, so this year we're hoping to clean that up, and going into our first skit practice, we had the basis of what we envisioned our skit to be like.
What's your name and what's your position in the student government?
I'm Megan, and I'm the president of the junior class.
What is the theme of your skit?
Our skit theme is Shrek.
What are you doing to prepare for the skit?
We're learning a lot of dances. There's a lot of dances that go into it. We're working a lot on transitions too, because those are really important. And right now we're working on scenery.
What hopes do you have for your class?
I hope that we'll just be successful and we work together. We want everyone to have fun too.
How will this year's skit be different from the previous years?
We hope that we get a higher place than we usually do, because our class is notorious for coming in last. But this year's going to be good. I have faith in us this year.
What are your names and what is your position in the student government?
My name is Katie Gillis, and I'm the president of the senior class.
My name's Gates Tenarowitz, and I'm the vice president of the senior class.
All right, and what is the theme of your skit?
Our theme is Grease this year for our skit.
What are you doing to prepare for the skit?
Well, we're in practice right now from 6 to 8, Tuesdays and Thursdays for 2 weeks before the skit, and we also did a lot beforehand, like figuring out characters, music, stuff like that.
We pretty much made sure the whole skit was done before we got to the first skit practice. So it was really a lot of preparation beforehand with the whole student council and a couple other people that wanted to join in.
So what characters will be in it?
We have, of course, the T-Birds and the Pink Ladies. We have the main characters, cheerleaders, football guys, and that's basically it.
All right, what hopes do you have for your class?
We basically just hope that they have a lot of fun with it because it's their last year and realize that this is their last skit practice and like skit together as a class. So hopefully it's a bonding experience.
And that we win.
Yeah.
All right, and how will this year's skit be different from the other years?
I think this year's skit is a lot more organized because we learned from the past like 3 years, and we have a really awesome team that really put everything together beforehand.
Yeah, we really did everything beforehand. Last year we spent a lot of the time figuring that out here, which is very chaotic.
Teachers and students, if you'd like to have something filmed and shown on Bulldog Weekly, let us know at the ORC TV station.
Be sure to check out our channel on Vimeo for everything else we film here at ORC TV. We cover sports games, town meetings, tri-town events, and so much more.
Well, that wraps up this week's episode of Bulldog Weekly. Until next time, I'm Olivia.
And I'm Maddie.
And this is Bulldog Weekly.